Welcome back to another week on the channel, guys. We're here at Castle Bodyworks again this week. Sorry we didn't drop a video last week. A few of the boys were off sick. Gary's still off sick. He's got the stomach bug, so he's off till Monday. Anyways, take you for a bit of a walkthrough. We'll show you what we've been up to for the last couple of weeks. We've a lot going on, a lot being done. That being said, we're smashing it out. So another couple of weeks to the end of the year. And it's Christmas, so yeah, we'll wind down, have a couple of weeks off, spend some time with the family, and then we'll get back to it in 2025. We've got a banger of a year coming up. We've got a couple of cars from interstate coming in to get some restos done. So a car from Melbourne, car from Sydney, and potentially Queensland as well. So, which is good, obviously. When you do good work, name gets out there, the rest just comes. So Damien's been on the VHSLE and on the Skyline, getting them done. The Skyline's been all bare metalled. It's been put into epoxy. I spent a day on it the other day and got the left-hand quarter panel, left-hand rear door into body filler. That car is very, very straight. Very minimal damage. Damien's pinpulled it as he was bare metaling it, so the panels are pretty much almost perfect. So I've literally given it a light skim coat, edge to edge, just to iron out any damages or anything like that. So yeah, just to give it a skim coat. Now we'll put that into primer and we'll get it done. We've got an RX3 here, which we've done some paintwork on. That's all getting done now at the moment. Yanni's been polishing that, just wet sanding it, getting it a little bit better. And then yeah, we'll just take it for a bit of a walkthrough.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen. How are you all? Just going to go for a bit of a walk around. As Chris said, he's just all of a sudden gotten really busy. It's pretty standard, and then I'm here to pick up the pieces. Makes me feel nice, that's okay. Got the RX3 here. We have painted one side and a couple of other little bits. Cut out some lights for the back. He's changing them up. And now pretty much just going through them. We've just wet sanded. I'm just cutting it now, and then we'll go through and start the refinement process, and then this will be ceramic coated as well. So very fussy owner, and I like that. It suits me well. So perfect. We'll make this really nice for him, and that's that with the RX3. Hopefully out sort of next week, Monday possibly. So that's nice. And yeah, we'll show you around what else is going on here. We've got the VYSS. This is our personal ute. Had a couple of scratches in it. It was upsetting me a little bit, so we thought we'll just give it a bit of a respray. So we've done a bit of a custom color on this one. WRX black with a custom pearl through it, so this should be really nice. This is going to get all wet sanded as well, blocked back, and then again exactly the same as the RX3. We'll go through the process exactly the same. Change the wheels up, hopefully some tint, sticker it up, and then we'll cruise this in summer. So this is really nice. The WRX was an insurance job. It's come in with had an engine fire, unfortunately. So we've just fixed all this up. Just got sprayed last night. Still got to paint a couple of other bits to it and then get put together. And again, hopefully next week sometime this thing goes. So no, you should be very happy with this. Come up really nice. What do we have in the booth? A couple of parts for that. Don't worry about that stuff. All right, over here we have Brandon's VY Clubby. This has come in for a multi-stage correction as well. We've done the blackout, so we got rid of all the grey on the bars. Yeah, blacked it all out, done the rear bar, front bar, side skirts. This will get put together possibly over the weekend, and then yeah, I'll start polishing that next week. So that's nice. Just put the new wheels. Looks nice. Tidy car. Got a couple of few insurance jobs here. Maz is getting assessed tomorrow, and and the VL. I know you probably saw this in our Castle Bodyworks story. If you haven't followed us already, you know it's a little bit upsetting, to be honest. So yeah, you know what I mean. One owner, the boys that have this you see that? You see that? Out of control, these people. But yeah, the boys that had it was their grandfathers, I believe, and I believe he unfortunately passed away. So the boys have kept it and brought it into us for a respray. Pretty clean, rust in usual spots on the VLs, but yeah, actually a clean car. So this will get cleaned up, resprayed, and then back on the road for the boys, and then hopefully, yeah, show some appreciation to their grandfather. So yeah, no, that's it, guys. Pretty much so far for this week, I guess. Forgot to mention, Got this beautiful Audi A5 here, 100,000 Ks. One owner with books. It was an old lady. Just giving it a bit of freshen up just then. So we're going to polish it, and it's going to be absolutely ready for sale. So if you guys are interested in an Audi A5, just hit Chris up or myself. You know, we're looking at around, you'd be at the 15 to 20K mark, but you know, absolutely stunning car. And this Statesman here, look at this hectic Habib mobile. Really, look at this thing, unreal. This is for sale as well, family. So we're going to give this a bit of a polish and a ceramic coating, and you know, this is for sale. Be about, you know, the 15 to 20K mark as well. So really, for 30 grand, you've got 2 cars, and they're going to be great for cruising summer. You know what I mean? One for a daily and one for a weekender. If you don't know now, you know. Boom.
How are we, people? Damien CK again here. Been working back on the VH restoration. Job gone wrong. I've gone back. I'm back in onto the engine bay. I started on this side here, like you would have seen last time. All the welds had, you put a torch from behind, you could see all holes in all the welds. So I've gone along, re-welded them, grind them, smacked them out so you don't put a ton of bog in there. This wasn't bad, but it wasn't good. Like, you would have put that much bog in there. I spent another 15-20 minutes, knocked it out, welded a few spots, so it's come out really good. This here was all over the place, was all distorted because of the welding, and in here it was all in because of a factory pressing. So what I've done is smacked it all out, got it all nice. I did split the metal, so I had to open it up a bit, put a piece in there, because I did it cold. I'll show you on another job that I've done over there. Just so if you do it cold, you will split it because it only stretches so far. I'll show you on a job there. I used heat and it stretched out nicely. No splitting, no nothing. But I got it in the end. Nice shape. So bugger all bog goes in there the way I like it. So I've come over this side, and as you saw here, this was the piece I cut out. Terrible. That's their welding. See all the little pits? That was all rust. It's been sandblasted, but that's their welding. They had this all bogged. This was all bogged when it rocked up to us. That's the welding on the underside. You see all the wiggly wire. Dog's breakfast. Terrible. So I wasn't going to play with that. I thought, fuck it, we're getting rid of that. So I spent this morning, made my patch up. That's my patch. So basically goes in there, sorry, like that. That's my patch, like that. So it basically just sits in there, butt welds it, and therefore you won't have a problem. You know, it looks really good, nice weld, bit of planishing after. Yet again, when you're welding, you do get pinholes. You know, the best even gets pinholes, but the best go back and they fix their pinholes. I use a torch. This is just one. My usual one's flat, so you put your torch on. I like the pinpoint. So when you weld it, when you got it welded in there, you basically just go like that, and like, see where I haven't welded it, you can see. You go like that and you'll see little pinholes. Just go back, people, weld the little pinholes. It does take a little bit more time, but it's a better job. Because if you just bog it, bog is porous, so bog will soak water in. Now, you know, you're gonna have water splashing, you're gonna, you know, it's just not the right way to do it. If you're gonna do something, you do it properly, otherwise don't do it. So that's my thoughts. So that's where we're at. Doing this engine bay. I have this week put a boot floor, finished a boot floor in a VL. Yes, a VL, people. We do them here. So that's done. But I'll show you on Jack's car, the one that I joined another car to. I'm doing the engine bay. We're smoothing the engine bay on it. So this is what I'm talking about. Use Oxy. I've used Oxy here because it has an indent. It was an indent like that. It's a factory indent. So I've used Oxy and pushed it out. It's still a bit rough, but I'm yet to go back and plenish it, make it nice. Here, I had a big indent there. I had a big lump here, big lump there. And with the lump, I put a slice in it, a cross slice, just so if you don't relieve the metal, it's gonna just fold up, you know, and I don't want fold, because when it folds, you won't get paint or anything in there, it'll be bare metal. So you're gonna have surface rust, it's gonna rust later. So what I call a relief cut, because it was quite high, it was quite prominent like that. So I relief cut down there, relief cut down there, bring the metal in, it'll overlap. All I did was use an air hacksaw. That's why it's a very fine cut, it'll be a better weld, being so close. So I use an air hacksaw just to clean it up. And I've spent a few hours just planishing that, getting that nice. I didn't want to weld that because I wasn't sure what was going to happen here. So now we're at the stage, I'll clean all this up, I'll weld that, I'll finish planishing it, then I'll finish it all up, ready for a little bit, just 1K shit so it doesn't rust, surface rust. So that's ready to go. This one here, I've welded all a series of holes here. I've capped the rail top, as you can see there. So yeah, that's been after hours job, so that's my week in the process. Thank you. This is young JB. We call him the Asian Terminator with those sunglasses on. Look at him. He loves it, this guy.
Hello, just picked up these MGs from the car rental place. Starting off with this small repair on the door. They've hit something and put a small dent in it. Just bring it back to bare metal in the damaged area so I can dent pull it, pull out the lows, and knock in all the lows, and then put a skim of bog and hopefully prep it tonight, ready for paint tomorrow. There's a few other ones outside there to repair as well, but one's pretty bad, wrecked front end, maybe change the whole front end, and the other's just a blend on the bonnet. And yeah, that's it for now. Hopefully get this done by tomorrow. Fuck you, Chris.
Well, how you going, guys? Last time I spoke to you, ended up getting this epoxied, metal conditioned all the sides, the quarters and the four doors, also the guards as well. So yeah, rubbed that down with 80 grit, metal conditioned it, cleaned all the metal, then hit it again with 80 grit, give it a nice scratch up, make sure all the metal conditioner's out of the pores in the metal. Masked it up, sprayed 3 coats of that on there, so that's ready for the filler work. If you can see, Chris has already been busy in here. We started doing the sides, so we're slow to get this one done. So yeah, tied that one up. There's a couple other drift cars that come in, just a couple quick respray bars, nothing special. And then got onto the VL. This is one you've seen last time. Did all the blackouts. Dame did the replaced floor in it, and I've recently just painted the boot floor. So seam sealed. Done all the seam sealer. Fixed up the back. And then started blocking the car down. Used 1200, 1500, 2000, 3000, and then I'm going to start buffing it in a second. So yeah, this one should be the tail end of it next week. Petrol tank's been painted. Just got to body shorts the floor now. So that's the next on the list. Started polishing the boot lid for it. Got a couple other 33 Skyline RB motor parts over there, rocker covers and that. And then, yeah, and then just finished painting a couple of the inspection plates for the HZ. So they're all ready to go in the car now, so that's up to final fitment. And yeah, just been doing a lot of little resprays before Christmas. Everyone's trying to get their cars in. And yeah, that's pretty much about it, man. I'm just going to keep tinkering with the VL and get that one over the line so the customer can have it over Christmas, and yeah, happy days for everyone.
Hey everyone, it's JB. Not much different with me. I've just been busy with the MGs with small repairs. This one's quite a big one. The whole side was swiped down, so I'm gonna have to paint pretty much the whole side and front bar. It's almost ready to paint. Got another one out there. It's just a front quarter and a wheel, I think it is. And yeah, just painting the MGs. Nothing different. The VL that we worked on is left now, but I was detailing that, polishing it, getting it ready for the handover. It looked pretty good when it left. Didn't get the chance to meet the owner, but everyone was happy with the way it turned out. It was good. And it's really hot today.
You want beers?
Yeah, in about 2 hours.
Alright guys, another week down. Yeah, been pretty busy. Few bigger jobs this week. Had HT prem in, fixed up a couple of little pieces on that. Just been polishing that, started blocking down the HZ. So getting that into the final stages of polishing. So did the usual 800, 1200, 1500, 2000, 3000, and then I'll start buffing it after that. But yeah, so just a few bigger jobs this week. Half of them are already out, so can't really show you. And then if you want to come and have a look at HT, you can have a look at that as well. Right, so this is the HT. Had the pleasures of working on this. It's pretty clean. There was a couple of little things that we fixed up on it. And then there's a bit of a seam on the roof that I had to fix as well. So fixed that all up. So now she's looking mint again. So this one will be polished tomorrow. And yeah, this will be back to the customer. And yeah, it's just another clean example of a nice prem.
Gary, and you have to do an extra long special on Gary because he missed out last time and he's disappointed that he missed out and he needs to tell you everything. Here we go, Gary. Come on, Gazza.
It's all lies.
You're right,
Don't listen to
Gazza.
anyone. Trust your gut instinct. Never listen to anyone.
You ready?
You just try.
You ready?
I'm never ready. I was born ready at certain things, but not today. Too hot. Back again, been off for about a week and a half. Had that lovely supermodel bug. That's sort of one easy way to lose 5 kilos. We won't go into it. It's not good. Turn solids into liquids. Awesome. Multitask. Anyway, back on the job. This beautiful 38 degree day. We started early to try and beat the heat, but we're still in it. Now, this one here, I'm not sure, but you guys have probably seen that I had the sill panel sitting there and all that sort of thing. That's all welded, that's fully welded now. So that's on, got caps, doors open sharp, pillars are welded in. The back one's not done yet because we've got to cut quarter panel on everything else off. Front pillar, that's all welded in. So that's all tracking nicely in the direction we want it to happen. We've got guards and that. Damo's been working on the other side, a few little bits and pieces to try and sort out. So that's under control. On this nest in here at the moment, the Skyline. Yeah, that's just like a closed door respray, I think. I'm not sure if they're doing the inside jams or not. Just got to get up to speed with that. Yeah, just going around doing all the dents and that, board file it all down. That quarter was an absolute mess, but we've got it under control now. We've sort of got it workable. The rest of the car was pretty clean for one of these. Usually they've got a lot of rust. There's a couple other little bit of rusties and that will do. Yeah, a couple of tap, file, no bog, that's sorted. The previous week, while I wasn't here, I was at another shop. There was a HZ that had a few little rusties underneath the sill and all that sort of thing. Little bit more investigation. Front clip had to come off. Yeah, it was very rusty at the bottoms. So we cut, weld, make sections, put sections in. So yeah, been doing the hard yards there at a mechanic shop. So we got that under control now. That one, I think there's a couple of little bits and pieces to do to prime up and all that sort of thing, and then that can be painted. Then everything can be reassembled. So yeah, it's been a busy last few weeks with all sorts, being sick, doing that, going here, working off site, then coming back here and picking up bits and pieces in between. So yeah, no rest for the wicked, as they say. I must have been pretty evil in a previous life. So yeah, we just keep rolling with it. All good, but that's about it.
How are we, peoples? Damien here at CK again. I think last time we spoke, I was working on the VH engine bay. I did a rust patch in one corner. I showed you a little bit on the crash VL. So for reasons, the owner of this jack, he came to Adelaide last week. So I got pulled off the VH so we could surprise him. We haven't done a bit of work on this for a while. So Chris kept it hush hush. So when he got here, he came and saw his engine bay all smoothed out. So it was a bit of a surprise to him. So that's what I've been working on over here, Raf. We capped the rails at the top so you don't see all ugly bit in there on both sides. All here, like I said to you guys last week, this one I've done differently. I didn't cut this out and redo it. I got the oxy and smacked it all out, shrunk it down and cleaned it up. I think it come out pretty good. Same with all the shapes here, all the holes in that, welded up. A few holes in the engine bay welded up. He still wants the fuse box up there, so it's going there. He's going to put a fancy fuse box. He didn't want to put it under the dash. So that's done. It's now in epoxy. I'll drop some photos to Raf. He can put them up on the video, show you what we've done. So yeah, did some hell overtime and that. I got that done in about a week and a half. So killer, we epoxied it. This is not paint, it's white epoxy, tinted epoxy, because the car's going white. So that's just epoxy. And this week, come around here, Raf, I've started the rust at the back. I've already done the front window. So now I've started the back. Excuse my mess. So we got holes in here, as you can see. I've got all my patches made up. So the way this goes, just sits in there like so. That sits there. This comes in here like so. And then this bit sits in there like so. Mine just not in there properly, but yeah. So you can see the way that is. Basically the same on this side, not as bad, but basically the same. So yeah, I couldn't spray anything because someone left the seat belts in there. So lucky I realised and didn't spray. So I've got to take the seat belts and then we'll weld that up. But it's stinking hot here in Adelaide, so we're hanging out till 2 o'clock today because that's when we're going. So roughly 2:30, I'll be sitting home having a beer with the dog.
Like JB.
Like JB. That's it. Maybe more than one, but anyway. So that's what I've been on this week, as well as I've been put back onto the GT. Give Gary a hand. Gary was pissed off at me because I unpicked the pillar over here and he didn't want to fuck around with my shit, so I had to go and do it. You know what he's like. This Gazza, you know. Nah. So yeah, because I mucked around with it, you know, it's easier just to get me back on it and get the gap back. You know what I mean? It's not fair on Gazza. He's still got hair, so he doesn't want to lose it too quickly. So he doesn't want to end up like me.
I'm older.
He's older. Oh, we ain't playing old Trump. No. That doesn't matter. So yeah, it's starting to look like a car. I've got some gaps. My back gap here is it's 2 mil too big to me, but I'm not fussed with that. We can fart ass around with the door skins and stuff once we do the door skins. So I got that. This one here was a bit of a pain in the ass to get this gap. I eventually got it, but Gary gave me a bit of a hand anyway. He took measurements. We measured everything from that side to this side. Everything was spot on. If not, 1 or 2 was measurements were a mil out. So nothing to worry about. But every time we bolted this guard on, it's like the guard is like that. So every time we bolted it on, we had this, I'd come up the front and get it right, and we'd have this huge gap here. So we figured it out. It was the mounting point up the front here in the headlight tub here. This bracket that bolts here, every time I did that up, that's what would stuff the gap. So I thought maybe I'm going to have to cut the guard, try and go like that, but you know, those things you don't want to do. You only do if you have to. So we exhausted measurements, everything. It was still bugging me. And I said to Gary, well, every time I bolt to that bracket, that's the problem. So my thought is chop the bracket, bolt it to the guard, bolt your guard up, wear that bracket and get your guard gap nice, and I got it nice. So it was that bracket. So because I got it bolted to the guard, where it sat, I just got the welder out and I fucking tacked it in there, unbolted the guard, welded it up, bolted the guard back on, and the gap is good. So just to make sure, I unbolted it and bolted it another 3 times just to make sure it wasn't a fluke. So we got it. I mean, like I said, it's not 100%, but you got to keep in mind it's an aftermarket guard. It's a little bit bigger down the bottom here, but then it closes up here. But the camera might not do it justice, but this door comes and then it goes in here. So edges need to be fixed, needs to be grinded and redone a little bit, but really good for what it is. New sill panel, new quarter panel, new guard, and we're putting door skins on this too. So we're moving it along. In saying that, there's still a fair bit to do, you know, but it's looking like a car again and it's getting there. So yeah, that's what I'm mucking around with today. Got to stretch this out till 2 o'clock and then I'm home free. And yeah, that's about it. That's my wrap. Take it easy, people.
I'll see you next time. It's too hot today. I'm going home to drink some beers. See ya.
This is what we do. This is what we're about. If you want your car done, hit us up. 0434 020 635. If I don't answer, leave a message. I'll get back to you. If you don't leave a message, you're most likely not going to get called back. So, anyways, don't forget, like, subscribe, and give us a follow. Catch you next week.